Indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another live stream, another conscious evolution, if you will. Today's whole stream topic is supposed to be about how if the path to the thing you want is too easy, it's probably the wrong path. It's a line from the new One Piece uh, live action, and which is not bad by most metrics. And there's a line by Shanks where he goes, "If the path to what you want is too easy, if the path to what you want is too easy, you're probably on the wrong path." And thinking about this path that we're on right now, the idealized hopes we have for the world, it's probably not an easy path. And yet, trying to take that as a realization and make it a good thing for all of us. It's nice having you friends here. I'm feeling so calm, almost to the point of being slow. I notice with the way that I move to go and get my stuff, the way I sat down, the way I got the stream up and running, there's just a sense of take it easy. All right. Again, from this perspective of the path we're on right now. If the path we're on is guaranteed to be hard, why make it harder for ourselves, essentially? It's nice having you friends here with me. Let me read something worth saying. See if I can get myself into a train of thought. I see dear friends joining us already. Shan, blessings to you. Showing up for the sake of showing up. That's all we need to do, Natalie. That really is all we need to do, right? And showing up can be difficult on this path that we're on. So maybe there's something there as well. I feel this is path adjacent. So I'll read this one. Your life, what we can supplement path. Your path shall become that which demonstrates to many the truth that only love is real. Your path shall become that which demonstrates to many the truth that only love is real. Oh, yeah. The joke is that that is hard as well. Are the boys gone? They are. Boys have gone home. They're safe. They've already sent me messages. I'm happy for them. It was a good time. Like I'm in that place of like somber, happy that it happened, sad that it's over kind of vibe as well. But I'm so happy to be here with you, friends. Lovingly disagree. Leading a good life doesn't require the virtue of prior struggle. I'm not necessarily talking about struggle necessarily, Sam. Right? I feel again, it's a matter of preference. I think might be the right word. For instance, right, and I feel like you'll be able to resonate maybe more with this fractal if I give this context. If the path, right, that's easiest in your family dynamic, in your immediate community, in your town, is to, for instance, believe a certain thing, right? To commit to a religion, to commit to a group of people, etc., etc., right? That might be the easy path conceptually, right? It's easier to do what everyone else is doing than to do what it is you're supposed to be doing, right? And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Not so much, right? Oh, I want to do this thing, so now I'm gonna sweat and blood and tears. No, more so the hard path being the thing that might be a little bit against the grain, essentially, right? Doing the thing that is hard for you to do. And essentially, at least in the context of today, it's being yourself, right? Being the true version of yourself, essentially. Melt is proof of divine masculine. Prove me wrong. Proof? Hey, Google. Proof probably is the way that comment was supposed to be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, dear Natalie. I do value the masculine in me, right? Even though I'm still scared of the sunlight, especially when it fire my laser right at my face. Of course, there's like one spot. There's like one spot in that tree where the light is actually allowed to come through. I don't know, I don't know how this freaking keeps happening. It trips me out at this point. I love you, friends, as we love you, Zhao. Blessings to you. We have brother Joe Schmo joining us too. Joy V. Blessings. Dog Dad as well. All of you friends sending so much love and thank you for joining us. I love you, friends. On my way with my kayak to hit the Blue River, stopping in and dropping lovin's. Thank you for giving us a status update in your side of the world as well. I hope you have fun. That sounds like such a cool time. So happy to hear that. Makes me smile. So much blessings. I think Doc Dutch is in the message, but I'm still waiting for it on my side. There we go. Nope. Yeah, it's like that. Joy, I took a video of the kittens. Gooey treat pouch for you. I have to cut it in short to upload it later. Spoiler alert, they enjoyed it. I've seen videos of people squirting goo out of packets and cats absolutely losing their minds over it. Right? Like I've seen, the worst I've seen is cat claws gripping into the flesh of the hand holding said goo pack. And I was like, whatever is in those things clearly has been engineered to be highly to the liking of our little kitties. I'm pretty sure dogs would like it too, but I don't know what they put in that stuff. Do you know? Are your friends gone, Mel? Yep. They are home actually already. They've already sent me the messages letting me know that they're there. It was nice having them. Got to wake them up this morning with some coffee. The cows were in the yard, so I was like up at 6 chasing them out. And then I chased them out so good, they decided to essentially run away. And so we had to go and get them back into the farm, I guess. And yeah, so we had like a mini like adventure in this morning as well. It was good fun. My cats are obsessed with the creamy squeeze treats. Woke up to a murder in my neighborhood backyard this morning. Oh goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that, Josh Mom. I don't think it makes it any less tragic, but did you know the person that got murdered? Hey, Dan, blessings. Doing much better today. It's nice to hear that, bro. I'm happy to hear that. Sending you so much love, man. Anything changed? State of mind? Something you'd be willing to share, maybe? I was packaging some cookies today, and I was listening to this psychology of, essentially, and they were talking about the shaman. And there was like many lines in there that really resonated with me. And specifically, one of them is the fact that a shaman is someone who is sick, or at least not well, and then learning how to get better. And then from that learning how to get better are actually equipped to help a person. Where if you don't actually have any of those problems yourself, the best you might be able to do is just recommend things, right? Recommend actions, recommend books, recommend states of mind. But having experienced that pain, you don't necessarily heal directly, right? You can't, unfortunately, we can't just force each other to heal, but we can kind of guide one another to that healing space. And I'm thinking about you. I was thinking about you during that whole thing, right? Like the pain that I've been through and how many things that you end up mentioning that I've been through as well. Sending you love, bro. It's nice having you here, knowing that you're better. Naren joining us too. Blessings, bro. So nice to have you too. Crows are so loud. Were they doing like a screaming thing? I don't know the context. Like there's a when he said murder, he meant like a group of crows because that's what they're called. A group of crows is not called a herd or a flock. It's called a murder. So that gives me some calm. Thank you. I wish I read more of your comments before I actually replied. Anyway, they put liquid cat crack in. Oh yeah, Mel, those cats were biting my hands to get it. Yeah, that's much. Oh, that's a little bit much. That's like literally biting the hand that feeds you. Oh, like please don't bite that. Don't bite my hands. I'm trying to give you good stuff. You're making it hard for me to want to. Joe, what did I tell you? You can't go a murder. Lurk, as I have friends to visit and chores to do. Blessings, Natalie. It's completely okay, as you know. It was nice having you here for a moment. A murder? Oof. Yeah, a murder of crows. A bunch of hot crows. Melt. up at the crack of dawn chasing cows. I was a little bit salty about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit salty about it. Right, a part of me wanted to eat cows. Right, I was like chasing these cows, and I was like, you freaking cows. I'll eat you. I will. I'm not even maybe. I will actually eat you. Interrupting my sleep because it wasn't just the cows, right, hoofing around, and they were hoofing around. Like you could hear their tramples. I don't know what you call them, but Pepe and Eva absolutely losing their minds, like screaming at the top of their lungs, essentially dog equivalent of screaming at the top of their lungs. It was too much. I didn't want to wake up that way. I was like, bro, come out. I didn't sign up for this. We'll do Gable. We'll do some knowledge. We'll do God. We'll do Fehu. And then Degas, of course. On side. And the other side's intention. Path. Path feels very open ended, so maybe that's the right one. Knowing my path. Accepting my path. Happily participating in my path. Knowing not where it leads, but believing that with loving intention we'll get there eventually. Lisa, so nice seeing you too, dear friend. Blessings. Oh, I've been directing my intentions and putting down the anger and trying to embrace forgiveness, Mel. That's the change in mindset. That's good, Brother Bear. I'm proud of you, man. That sounds so healthy. Forgiveness is a hard one to master, but as soon as you realize that it's technically a selfish approach, it makes it easier to practice. Hey, I'm seeing Zano here too. Blessings, Zano. It's nice having you. Marge, a group of crows is called a murder. You should know since we have one. A group of crows, like I'm unfortunately not too keyed in to The Simpsons. I don't know if this is blasphemy, but I have never seen an episode of The Simpsons. I've seen The Simpsons movie, but I've never actually seen The Simpsons. My parents didn't believe that it was appropriate content for children, and that's the time that I actually wanted to watch it as a child. And then when I grew up, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. Same thing with South Park. I've also not seen an episode of South Park. Doesn't I don't know. For some reason, doesn't appeal to me. I guess, fortunately, we all get to like different things. But that line is probably from South Park. Like I'm imagining either there was a murder and that's why you should know one, or they actually have crows, which I don't feel is canon. Fight milk, I drink it to fight like a crow. God, what the hell? Meeting you, Carl. And you did take the opportunity to hug some raw meat over the fence to make some new friends. Would crows be happy about having some raw meat chucked at them? I don't actually know what crows like. We don't have much crows here in South Africa. I mean, we do. We have something called I have forgotten his name. It looks like it has like a wife beater on it. Witborskraai? Something like that. We call them kraaie. Crows, kraaie. I think so, Sam. They're definitely plotting something. Always sunny, nonsense here. Bless. Sam, I want a crow friend, but the ones out here are pretty standoffish. I'm trying to formulate a plan to get them to come and visit me. That sounds so blessed. I mean, if you figure it out, dude, teach us as well, bro. Maybe we can all have crows, right? Weirdly enough, as I'm talking about the Simpsons and South Park Fractal, I'm like thinking about the cartoons that I do actually appreciate. and like Rick and Morty did come up to my mind, specifically the crow episode, where he falls in love with crows essentially. So my kittens do the strangest things. They get their wet food into separate bowls and they happily munch away. And then at the end, with there's some left in their bowl, they just do a circle and switch. Like both of them leave a little bit in the bowl for each other and then they switch. That's kind of wholesome actually. Like a Snoop voice, Shazam, sending you love, Lisa. No sound notification. They just know when apparently the and Donna cute little circle with their tails crossed. Oh man, like so they almost like link up. That's what I'm imagining right now. The ones around here are pretty standoffish. Are there places where there are friendly crows? I mean, crows are highly intelligent, right? So that's where my mind goes. So if they're standoffish, they're probably, you know, privy to information that we're not. They've probably seen some shit, kind of vibe, right? And they're like, yeah, dude, humans are a mixed bag. Some of them are great, some of them not so much. I do believe you'll be able to convince them that you're the great category, Brett the Joe Schmo. Sounds like a whole experience, you know. I would like to kind of like hear about this arc about Joe Schmo befriending a bunch of crows. The Carcass used to do the same thing. We just feed them off the same plate now, and they share pretty well. That's so cute. I have seen Simpsons with South Park. I have not seen. Okay, I'm not the only one. Nice. I feel a little bit less alone. Cool, 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 cool. Sad. It's odd and cute. Simpsons was a staple in American youth culture like 20 years. A lot of us grew up with it, Melty. It's probably a big reason why we are all so crazy. Yeah, I feel like those type of shows, you know, give you a medium to see into family dynamics, right? Even if it's toxic, even if it's, you know, not necessarily representative of the whole, it can give you some insight into how we process our own stuff as well. Right? I'm thinking about solar opposites right now for the same reason. Right? Like I can't technically relate to a bunch of aliens that land on a different planet and that want to colonize a new planet for themselves. Right? I can't relate to that. And yet, and like they're a you know non-conventional couple who have, I don't know if they're actually their kids or like adopted kids, you know, and the kids are just as insane, and like seeing that as a family try to work together, you know, it makes me feel more normal in the capacity of what normal even is supposed to be. He's the same thing. It's always sunny. I didn't have cable or internet. The Simpsons was all I had. That wasn't MASH or I Love Lucy. In the times when Beavis and Butthead line was a meme for literal years, Doug. I'm still cleaning up after the crappy hurricane. My town is wrecked. But we're here talking and breathing right. I'm so sorry to hear that you got hit by the hurricane as well, Lisa. So many friends going through so much stuff again. And as you mentioned, right, despite the fact that you went through that, here you are, breathing, joining us for another stream so we can consciously evolve together. I'm thinking about today's stream topic again, right? If the path to the thing you want is easy, you're on the wrong path. And staying happy, I feel, is technically a path we want to be on, right? And that's not an easy path, especially when things like that happen. Our environment feels like it's attacking us. That takes me back. Homer got drunk and attacked a scarecrow, thinking it was Flanders. All of the crows saw him do it, and he became their leader. Marge woke up and crows were in the bed with him. That's even better. Now that I know the context, that joke is exponentially funnier. It's like, what are you doing with a bunch of crows? It's a murder of crows. Marge, you should know that. We have them. Look at this. Look at this whole murder. Andy Griffin was my jam. Love Mash Joe. It found a way to be funny, but also show absolute heartbreak and war without ever showing any real war. I didn't see any of those, I think. I Love Lucy, no context. Mash, no context. It's cool how these things have shaped us. Me and Christian and Johan was talking about that this morning, actually, about how the movies we're watching right now and the movies our kids get to watch by extension does shape the rest of your life, right? Like a big part of me is still, Road to El Dorado, for example, or Lilo and Stitch. Like there's something in me that resonated so much with that fractal that it feels like it's now a part of me. And I wonder, thinking about the stuff that comes out right now, how much cooler that can be for kids. Like there's some good kids movies coming out right now. Stuff that really kind of inspires me to make some stuff as well eventually. Petrico Junction. What am I missing? Andy Griffin Show. I also don't know that one actually. Caro Barnett Show. Also no. Mama's Family. Nope. My two favorite names, Homer, had for crows, is Russell Crowe and Crow Diddley. Lisa, your dad and my dad would be friends. I remember I had a whole VHS box set of Andy Griffin. I'm guessing that's a comedian. Usually comedians are named, like that. Let's hook them up. Maybe they can be beer buddies. I mean, if not, why not, right? Management, how bad did you get hit by you guys? Uh, you get super lucky that it didn't sweep the whole place flat. It was a close call. My heart is with you during this cleanup phase. Be then been there, friend. So much love. Thank you, Joshmo, for sending that compassion as well. The old shows are something special. Yeah. Good morning, Nanji. Blessings to you. I'm in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountain range, the gold country, at my cousin's ranch with my dog. It's doggy paradise. All of that room. Blessings. I'm happy to hear that you're having that time for yourself as well, Nancy. Take it all up. Absorb it. Mine was Lion King. Dude. I watched The Lion King so many times. An excessive amount of times. I feel like the fact that I resonate with the lion energy so much at this point in my life is definitely a part of that fractal as well. Thank you for bringing me back, Dan. That's nice. Nancy, I'm super jelly beans right now. You should walk a dried creek bed and look for arrowheads and fossils. Treasure hunt. That does sound fun. Being able to go out into the world and find something. I have been thinking about, user interfaces for life recently, weirdly enough. And I feel quests could be cool, right? Not only quests, but in the same way where if you follow quests in like some sort of game, you can happen upon loot. Specifically that, right? Being able to give people that experience of, I went out of my way, of my comfort zone to go and do something, maybe even for someone else. And on the way there, I found some cool thing, right? Now I get to have it in my inventory or whatever, right? In the digital space. Pretty bad at the Florida/Georgia line, but they're working tirelessly to get it with all of these old live oak trees and pine trees. Bless. I'm happy to hear that. The community coming together. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Hakuna Matata, dear friends. No worries for the rest of your days. That would be nice. I should adopt the Hakuna Matata philosophy a little bit more, I guess. Maybe we'll do that right now. Maybe the path is Hakuna Matata. Is it a manifestation, right? Is it like a mantra? Hakuna Matata. No worries for the rest of my days. Yeah. Loot. Zano is on board. Good. I'm happy to hear that, Zano. They might just be, like I do imagine myself going into some effort into building them. Like I'm imagining just like in the same way you can, collect stuff in any pretty much game, and like in some games, some decorative items as well. Being able to scatter these decorative items, throughout, a city, for example. And then if you find it, you can scan it with your phone as like a Pokemon equivalent of catching it into your digital space, and then you can like put it up in your own home or whatever. Like that's where my mind's going, Like if we find ourselves in a world of abundance, if this path that we're on right now leads us to a better world, what are we gonna do with ourselves, and how can we make it fun, right? That's like a big thing for me. I feel like People like having fun. And unfortunately, we have this limiting belief system that you can only have fun in certain places or going somewhere to go and have fun. We end up grinding ourselves to a pulp in pursuit of getting to have a little bit of fun sometimes as well. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, the Sierra Nevadas with your pup. I'm basking in the joy you must be feeling in that masterpiece of a wilderness. Plus, the fact that you know the fractal. Unfortunately, I know roughly where the Nevada is, but I don't know the rest of the context. The fact that you do like that gives me some solace. Joe, that sounds great. I came here to help work on the ranch. Fortunately, the weather dropped 20 degrees, so no blazing heat. Bless. I saw a funny video where a guy went to a bad part of Brooklyn, dressed as a wizard, and kept asking people if they wanted to join him on a quest, real life Skyrim NPC. I mean, unironically, if someone in a freaking wizard costume asks me to join them on a quest, would I be able to say no? Shit. I don't know. I think I'd probably say yes, right? I'd probably like drop a pin or something, like this is where I was last seen before following this strange man. But damn, that sounds fun. It's our problem. Free philosophy. A good avatar. Management. Hang in there, friend. I've been there a bunch. I've been through a bunch of them. It's hard the first couple of weeks, but it gets better. It's a worthwhile experience and a fractal that very few people ever get to witness. I've never witnessed something like that, and I've been here for a while now. Hopefully, I'll never have to. Hopefully, none of you friends will have to again as well. Thank you, Zano. Now we can all picture Simba eating his first grub. I'm seeing him eat worms right now. I can see the facial expressions even. I can see the swaying while walking on that log. That's like a iconic scene for me. Embrace the new landscape and help your neighbors if you can. Bless, Florida person. Yummy. They always look so tasty. They made them look pretty juicy. I won't lie. That big green worm that he ate. Unironically, I did try to eat worms as a child after seeing that movie. I found out that they are not proportionally tasty as to how juicy they are. Unfortunately not. Oh goodness. I can remember that worm I ate. He was not happy about it. He didn't enjoy it. Your roast turned out last night fantastic, Joy Vive. Like so good. I was in shock. Like that good. Right? I mentioned to the homies, I had like 3 layers of bliss. 1 layer of bliss, getting to eat the good food. Second layer of bliss, getting to feed my friends good food. And the third layer of bliss, knowing that it's actually good. Right? It actually turned out so good. Like straight up, I don't think that might be one of the best meals I've ever made. It was so great. And then this morning, I used all of the potatoes and tomatoes that I put in the broth with the roast as like a sauce, like a gravy. And then I made it fine, and we had it for breakfast as well. And it was just as nice. Thank you for asking, Joy. That's so nice of you too. It was great. Like I wish I could, share it with you friends. Mel got to watch Lion King out his back window since it was filmed there. Exactly. Right. That was my existence. I would just wake up and look through the window, and then like one scene of Lion King would play, and I would, be so excited to wake up every morning and look through my window, know what Simba's up to next. I'm just imagining how sick my house was to be able to teleport to all of those different places that the movie plays often. Right? The fact that I just, stand by and watched as his dad died, that was pretty brutal. That was so brutal. I'm definitely gonna join the Wizard on the quest. How could you not? Exactly, Joe. Right? Like this dude gone through the effort to get dressed like this, and then to come to me to ask me to go on a quest with him. Like that feels like there's too many efforts, too many fractals of unlikelihood that happened at the same time. Right? Like I feel Maybe it's a path thing again, right? Maybe the thing you want is to go home and watch TV, which is easy, practically speaking, right? But in going home and watching TV, what you want is an experience, which is valid. I don't think there's something wrong with it. In fact, I think it's in our nature, right? I've been thinking about this a lot, looking at the dogs. It's in their nature to chew bones, right? I don't have to teach them, right? I don't have to go like, it's just how you know, but it's not in their nature to watch content the way that I do. So I'm like, huh, right? If it's in my nature to watch content, surely there's something that I can gain from that, right? I just have to do it mindfully anyway. Versus you want the experience, but you know it's going to be probably harder for you to have a potentially good experience following the wizard. So again, if the path to what you want is easy, might be the wrong path, right? Yeah, sick. Thank you, Josh Mo, for getting me there as well, creating more little loops in my own head to understand this topic better. It's gonna be 98 degrees here again today. That does not sound comfortable. It is 31 here right now. Let me go into the thing. Celsius, please. There we go. It is 88.6 Fahrenheit here right now. So it's not blazing. I am sweating, but I'm comfortable with my sweat. All right, like sometimes you're like a little bit sweaty, but you're like, this is fine. And then sometimes you feel like the sweat's trying to drown you, and then no, it's not fine. Right? If it was that warm, I would have go to like wet my scarf already. So it's fine here today. I'm sending you some of my cold. We can I can send you like 5, and then we'll be close to the same number. I am going to have to work in the heat for the next 3 days. We need the money. I'm proud of you, Brother Bear, for being willing to do the hard thing, man. For going on the hard path, right? For the thing you want. For real though, dog, every stream that ends in a sunset looks like a scene from that movie. Well, it is Africa, yeah. One thing you friends can't say is that I've been lying about living in Africa. It would be a strange lie to tell. Is there any benefit to that? Maybe some pity. Oh, shame. This brother lives in Africa. Oh, fuck. That's rough. It's not that bad. It's mostly good, actually. If you look for the good stuff, you'll find it. Stay hydrated, dog. Take breaks, please, Brother Bear. Joe, somebody was down for the quest, and the wizard goes, "You have a sword?" Guy's like, "I got a Glock." I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, if I'm a wizard looking for quest mates, a dude with a Glock is probably pretty dangerous, right? It also comes with the fractal of maybe, you have like a whole thing set up, and the people you hire to pretend attack you with other swords gets glocked. Like I'm trying to think about the other. I'm trying to be the wizard right now, actually. I'm probably gonna save Abrob. Sorry. Oh, only swords. Oh, Glocks is a little bit hectic, man. Boomsticks. We don't do the boomsticks. I'm coming to SA, and when I get there, I'm finding a good sized stick and posting up in that tree Rafiki style. That sounds like an idea, dude. I've been holding onto my stick as well this whole time. So I feel coming outside, and stretching in the morning and seeing you in the tree with a stick in your hand, that would be probably one of the most novel experiences I've had in this lifetime. Sounds like a whole vibe. Yes, Dad, I've lived in the South for about 17 years now. Originally, I'm a Yankee. Coming from New York, right? I think that's what it means. Gotcha, Lisa. Most of my fam is in Tampa, so we're always bracing ourselves. So sorry, y'all are wrecked right now. Bless. Thank you, Brother Dan, for sending your empathy as well, Brother Bear. I need a wizard quest in my life now. You'll have one, Joshua. Be the wizard, though. Be the wizard. If you feel like there's something calling you in that, right? It's probably going to be a hard path. It's been a very hard path. But you will get what you want. I promise. You'll get adventure. You'll get to experience new things. I'm trying to imagine what you would do as a wizard. That's the thing that I'm actually a little bit stuck on. Not so much the execution, technically execution, right? Not so much the lead up to the execution, but the actual execution, right? I can see myself getting dressed in a wizard costume and going up to strangers and asking them to go on a quest with me. I could totally do that. What we do after that, though, right? I imagine that meme of like, so what are you gonna do now? It's like, I don't know. I never got this far. That's where I feel myself now stuck in the imagination thereof. What do you go and do as a wizard? Like I'm imagining like one fractal, which is concerning, right? I'm gonna take you to the park and then feed you mushrooms, the edible kind, the type you can eat, right? But that sounds very concerning, right? Like that sounds like getting the cops called on you for being a wizard, not having amazing adventures. I mean, you probably will have amazing adventures, but probably some concerning looks as well. So that's off the table, you know, right from the get go. Second option, magic tricks. I mean, you could technically go like super high budget and like build a stage somewhere in a park or whatever, and then you know do some elaborate brain melt stuff. You could lead people to like a mini invite only festival. It's like a place to dance in a park. I don't know why I'm like stuck on the park fractal, but I wish that we can use our parks as you know better public spaces. What else could you do? What could you do as a wizard? Maybe very cool digital experience, right? I feel like this is like the lamest option probably, right? One fractal, extreme amount of money spent on like a little almost like tent, but the tent is essentially screens, and then you can lure lead, that's the better word, someone to that tent, have them sit in the middle of it, and then give them a visual experience, right? And then that's their adventure, and they can go back into the world. And the other one is like just straight VR goggles strapped to their face. But then again, you cut them off from the world, layers of concern. I mean, I'm trying to be too compassionate. That's what I'm getting tripped up on. I'm like, give people an adventure. And then it's like, no, don't adventure too hard. Like maybe they're only like 50% adventure and I'm scared of the other 50% not wanting to continue the adventure. Okay, I'm gonna put this fractal down. I feel we've given it ample attention. We can be the wizards too. Dude lives in Arkansas. I'm pretty funny. If you've been lying about living in SA this whole time, and you're really in Nebraska this whole time, I've been living in Nebraska. My family has learned Afrikaans specifically for me, so that I can pretend to be from Africa. They're in on the joke this whole time. Man, that sounds like I'm like some sort of it's like to iterate the way I'm feeling right now. The first night Christian and Johan was here, I kind of like made their beds for them, and I took my phone with me to go and like get the covers, you know, for the beds and for the pillows and for the linen, and I come back and I have my phone, and you know, like I'm using the flash, and Johan goes into this weird thing. Like after I wrap his bed, goes into this weird thing of like, I think you might have taken my phone with you to go and get stuff. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't. And then Christian calls Johan, and his phone lights up underneath the mattress, you know, like cover, the one with those like elastics that kind of like tuck into the under the bed, underneath it. And then you know, like we kind of like joke about me plotting, you know, doing it specifically, putting the phone under there so Johan can blame me for taking his phone. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's go with that option. It makes me sound smarter. Yeah, it's my evil plan to wrap your phone in the bed. It was comical. I'm happy to share it with you friends. Maybe that was my wizard trick. Wizard locked in duel with other wizard, and he's losing ground, and he's screaming, and he's giving it all he's got, and then Glock guy comes out of the shadows and fires. Let's go, asshole. We have a schedule. I mean, now that you talk about that, my brain is being given more ideas. You could technically, as this wizard, lead someone to like a gaming cafe, right? Boom, we escape the park. And then inside gaming cafe is maybe like high budget VR. And then you actually wizard duel one another. Wizard duel? That sounds cool, right? Could be a cool way to engage people. I'm just imagining a company that specifically specializes in wizards. Like that's what they do. They hire people to do exactly that. Your job is to make happy. That sounds like Jester. Jester Incorporated. Boom. Company's made. We're gonna do it in the future. Jester Incorporated, right? Mildly sus sounding. You're like the fuck? The fuck do they do? And then like they just play a fool, dude. They just go outside and they play a fool. They make people smile. They give people a sense of importance and battles and missions they can go on as well. I don't know. Like this, my mind is really running with this idea. I'm just like so inspired by this dude dressing up like a wizard. Collect ingredients for spells. Yeah. Yeah, you could technically pick up stuff that could be ingredients for like other items as well, right? You could like take 3 flowers and maybe like technically if we're gonna do cubes. I mean 3 four at least. Four is better for 3-dimensional shapes. It'll take 4 flowers, and then you can make it a 3-dimensional, fractal of whatever 4 flowers you got, for example. Maybe it'll gain more value. I do want the items you can get from the world to be valuable, right? I would like them to be special, like at least to some extent unique, and as a reason, as a part of that, hopefully could benefit people financially as well. It could be cool, right? In the same same way like in Harry Potter, you just keep stealing people's clothing, right? I learned how to cast spells that can unlock locks, and then I use my power for evil. Technically, it's not evil because sometimes there's people in the room with you, and you just like ruffle through their stuff and you steal their clothing, and then you go and sell it for cash. And then you'll hear that same family talking about how they don't have enough food to eat. Bro games, so brutal. No shame. I want a hood as rap music video where they're showing off like an amulet of fire. Yeah, chop this from your boy, the dungeon dragon master. That sounds super hardcore. I didn't know that gangster rap and wizards could go together, but the more I think about it, the more I can see it. It's kind of comical. I'm imagining like normal gangster rap video, right? Normal aesthetic, and it's an aesthetic, right? Because it is pretending, it's acting, it's a show we're putting on for one another, and then just seeing a wizard amongst them, right? And it makes me happy. It's like this confuses me even more, and I think that's exactly how it has to be. Isn't that what the small boy is for Zano? Collecting ingredients. Sacred out of the fire. Yeah, bury crystals beforehand and dig them up in front of him like our power gets stronger every second. Yeah, you can. You see, that's not so high budget, but you're still creating that sense of mystery and awe. I do like that as well, actually, Zana. It's interesting that you say that, Mel, because Swaggart, I just purchased a wizardry company. Wizardry is doing really well this quarter. Swaggart is going to buy wizarding companies. We're doing a full press release. Once we lay off 98% of employees and rename the company Sam. I'm going to need some details there. Mel, I'm in California. The Sierra Nevada mountain range is in California. Oh, I didn't know that again. Like, it seems like I'm even further off than I thought, aka the Sierras. Thank you for letting me know. And now I have even more context. Wizards and gangsters, I hope. I like this as well, right? It does kind of have like a ring to it. You know? Like gangsters can be seen as type of wizards as well, right? Some of them make potions. It can make you go fast, or whatever. They can cast spells, can kill a being on the other side of the spell they cast. That's some wizard vibes, you know? I wouldn't lie, actually. I'm thinking of calling it X so people will know it's a wizard company, dude. X. It's company X. Somebody else is calling their company X, and it's not going too well, Dan. Apparently, it's not supposed to be Twitter anymore. X is supposed to be a financial platform eventually. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to turn out. I wouldn't know anything about that. We don't actually dabble in the world's affairs. All we dabble in is swagger. All our attention, swaggered focused. Because you cannot achieve swaggered without the utmost care and dedication and attention to detail. Right? You think you can just throw any swagger flavor into a swaggered pack and sell it as swaggered? Nah. Nah. Trillions. Trillions of dollars in R&D to swaggered. Trillions of dollars. That's so much. I wouldn't know. Oh, today is a beautiful day, friends. Try to remember to be grateful for the infinite amount of miracles that surround each and every one of us. I'm grateful to have this conversation with you all, and we're grateful to have you, Brother Joe Schmo. Thank you for the reminder. Gratitude is one of the most powerful energies you can induce. It's nice having you here too, Esrog, you wizard, you. Happy Sunday, questers and wizards. Sending love and light, sending it to you too. It's nice having your energy here with us today, Esrog. Blessings. New sunrise, soft breezes, smiling faces, cuddly critters, and good coffee. Gratitude is easy. We were talking about that on Friday night as well with the Joe Schmo. How we've been sold this bill that happiness can be achieved or bought or gained. No, unfortunately not. Happiness is you finding one thing that makes you happy in this moment and then bringing that energy to yourself, right? And if you really try, you can look around yourself and find many things to be happy about. Seeing the doggos, that makes me happy. Having a water bottle, so my water just doesn't spill everywhere, makes me happy. Having these cards in my hand makes me happy. Having this little crystal on my neck, this scarf, also gift from Christian. This pair of pants is a gift from David. He gave them to me when I was 17. Man, so many things to be grateful for. I'm grateful for you, friends. You friends joining me right now. So many blessings. Today, I think everyone. I just bought right now electrolyte powder packages of Amazon, free shipping, and they will be here between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. today. Today, like if it comes in at 10 a.m., bro, I'll do a backflip, dude. Like imagining a package coming in 10 minutes after ordering it sounds insane. Living in the future, we are. Love living in the future. It really is quite a vibe. I'm not gonna lie. You have about 10 minutes to post up at the door with a shotgun to down the Amazon drone. You're gonna need those, dog. Good call. Bless. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Do project your energy. Imagine what card you want to see, and then we'll pull one. All right. I want you to psychically tell me to stop when you think I'm supposed to. I like how red looks on you. Thank you. That's nice. I also like red. I feel like it grounds me. Today I feel especially grounded, right? Almost at the point where I shouldn't wear red. But yeah, clothing is symbolic as well. Thank you, Nancy, for echoing. I just like reminding everyone how blessed they truly are. And I'm happy that you do, bro. I feel that's like my fractal as well. It's important to remind ourselves. It's very easy to forget these things. We are so fortunate to be here and now. We are blessed just being here. So much love. Orange, you think? Let's see. Weirdly enough, this card is the color of this scarf. Right? Am I tripping? Does that seem pretty close? Trying to think if there is. There's definitely orange accents. It's red and purple. There's purples. I don't know if it's red. Your friends are a blessing. I'm going to make sure to open the package in front of the Amazon driver and offer them a couple. They're working in the heat just like me. Bless, bro. That's actually such a cool idea. You know, like that's essentially your Amazon driver being on a quest to deliver an item and getting some of the, I want to say contraband, but I feel like that's the wrong word. Some of the supply. There we go. Getting to gain some items for their inventory. Kind of aqua color. That's a pretty cool. It matches your scarf. It definitely matches. Once again, your clothing guess is right. It is trippy how it happens that way. It is card number 11. Sending Toasty and Aiden some blessings. Let's see what it means. Let's see what it means. Something hidden. I did pull upside down. The reverse meaning goes, you are unable to see the whole, yet you are content in your illusion. Yeah, some real shit, yo. I mean, yeah. I do believe that that's the way it is, right? Didn't I start the stream talking about how I can't really know where this path will lead us, but I do believe it will lead us to love, right? I'm able to see the whole. I'm not sure. I can't see everything, right, about what the future holds. But I am content in that illusion, right? Content in the illusion that the one I'm seeing is good. Because even if it isn't, at least in this moment, that's the path I feel I'm on. Okay. Lush and verdant, these wild orchids honor the exquisite beauty of the plant kingdom. Embedded in this card is the geometry of the star tetrahedron. However, something is hidden. Eyes look out from two green hearts. Quietly watching and waiting to see what will be revealed. The dragonfly here helps you dispel illusion. This card asks you to look within and contemplate what you may be hiding or what is being hidden from you. This is not about intentional deception. There is no sense of trickery or lies. Nevertheless, something you have not considered may be affecting your inquiry. View the beauty of these wild orchids and ask your inner knowing to uncover things hidden so that you may gain a broader perspective of your current situation. Simply recognizing that you are holding back may prompt your awareness to reveal what has been unseen. Your willingness to bring to light things concealed may open the doors of your perception and strengthen your ability to experience the wholeness of the situation. Yeah. The wholeness of the situation. Realizing that the path to what we want. A world of love, right? Where, unironically, we can assume that about everybody, about everything. That this food I'm going to eat, this person I'm talking to, this service I'm using is here for me because of love, not for some sort of gain. That's a hard path. That's a real hard path. And yet, I'm content in the illusion that it's even possible, right? If it's only an illusion. Melty is on a wizard quest. If there were sentient clothing, there would be some very upset underwear. Oh, that would be rough, dude. Agreed. Maybe they love it, right? Maybe they really value cradling. Kind of aqua color. Sentient color. If there were sentient clothing. Not is. I think there was an episode of Jimmy Neutron of sentient pants. Maybe I'm misremembering. I wouldn't be surprised. Freaking Jimmy Neutron making sentient pants. Why? So that your pants can dress you? That sounds cursed as well. Oh, the eyes, sneaky. My underwear would be like I had the chance to be on a beautiful fitness model that never sweats, and I get the landscaper with a poor diet in the land of unforgiving sun. There's no underwear god. A gift from the Wizard King, imbued with magic and card reading abilities. Sentient underwear. What an awful existence. Oh, damn, what a card. Blessings. Thank you, friends, for being willing to listen to them. Absorb that information as well alongside me. Bad people should reincarnate into sentient underwear. I don't want bad people on my grade junk. Oh, what does that card mean to you? Can you say again? It means to me, right, again, that something's hidden from the perspective of this future that we're heading towards. Technically, it's hidden, right? The way we get to it might be at this point hidden. And again, it's not an intentional deception, right? It's not hidden from us because it's malicious intent, but maybe just from a place of acceptance that that's going to be a hard path for us to walk, right? Unfortunately, the path of least resistance is almost programmed into our DNA as the one we take, right? But when it comes to the future, when it comes to the world we want to live in, the world we want to bring children into eventually, that's where it's going to be hard, right? And how we're going to get there might still be hidden from us, right? That maybe us only thinking about it, at least because of the scale that we're at, it might be illusionary, right? For instance, if the rest of the world had to collectively stand on one side of the plane of glass, right? They would see us as illusioned, maybe, right? Maybe some of them would join us. But a world where love is true, that's the hard path, right? I think that's maybe the crux of today's stream. It's not going to be easy, essentially. And instead of thinking of it as it's not going to be easy, we revel in the fact that because it's not easy, it's probably the right path, right? So thank you, S-Rock, for asking me to iterate again. Sam, I don't. That's a good viewpoint. I love you, friends. Thank you for joining me again. We do have a Sangha in a little bit. We'll have one of our friends probably send us a link. I'll see you soon in a few moments. Love you. Wait a second. I didn't play the kalimba. Almost didn't play the kalimba. I thought about chat message first, and then I was like, wait a second. I usually play the kalimba before I read chat message. I'll never, under this fractal for the rest of my life. I'm cursed with the knowledge that my underwear may or may not be conscious. I believe it is, unfortunately, right? I believe all things are conscious, at least to some capacity, right? Because I believe the observer, consciousness, God, is everywhere, right? Omnipresent, everywhere, including your underwear. But again, your underwear's purpose is to underwear, right? So it's like suffering your purpose as a person, as hard as that path may be. You can suffer it, right? And some people do suffer being people. And some people revel in it. Some people really appreciate getting to be a person. So maybe there's like underwear that hates underwearing, and there's underwear that loves it. All right, who am I to say? I don't know anything. Peace and happy sentient undies to you. Get lunch of a day to get ready for. It's okay. Thank you, Joy V. Sending you blessings. It's 8 a.m. How long does it take you to get ready? As long as it needs to. Maybe she has hair to do, shower to shower, clothing to pick, I I accept that all of us have our own fractals to participate within. In fact, I encourage it. Right? Do participate in your fractal. Walk your path. That's also right, right? Because walking your path might in and of itself be hard. Okay, let's go. Maybe I'll do this for you, friends. Pepperkies, my wolfterkie. Oh, sy dogtertjie. Oh, sy sweetie patjweetie. Ja. Oh, shamash kanash. What a stream. You want to sit on my lap? There you go. Love is true. Not that it takes me hours to get ready normally, but I gotta wash my hair and was too lazy to do it yesterday. I could literally detect it. I was like, yeah, wash hair, do the new do. That stuff takes time. Food is for lunch, Doc. I haven't spent so much time thinking about my aunties. Cynthia, so much love. I just wanted to live vicariously through your ability to eat tasty, interesting food, Joy. I'd probably just order a salad and mac and cheese balls. Mac and cheese balls? Mac and cheese and balls? Like frozen balls coated in breading and then deep fried or something like that? That's hype. It does sound pretty nice, I won't lie. Maybe a cocktail. Little Moo and Turf. Love. Did I just join during the outro? I think so. Coco's here too. Blessings to both of you, Shell and Coco. Well, I have to thank my underwear for all the support through such adversity. Exactly, dude. Gratitude, right? That's the best approach. Yeah, I love you. Sweetie, but sweetie. Oh, thanks, Mel. Thank you, Naren. Thank you for joining me, dear friend. The space wouldn't be the same without you. Every single one I use. Just constantly respond to people. They say life is hard with thank you. You think your life is hard? You should try it being me, silently walking away, saying nothing else. That does sound pretty mysterious. It's like, what's that dude going through? What's happening with him? Melty, thank you. Brother, you're a constant reminder of the love and a consistent display of empathy and devotion to this community. You're loved and appreciated, my friend. You make this place better. Thank you. Dr. Josh, Mom. I honor you and your contributions as well. It's such an honor getting to do any of this with you, friends. I want you to know how much I appreciate it. Both ways. Being able to do this and having you friends allow me to do this. It really is a trip sometimes. I'm honored to have stumbled upon this group of loved ones, and we're honored to have you, Brother Bear. So many brand new sentences, sentient underwear in my drawers. Some there. Me too, Joe. Blows my mind that I think about. I was just mindlessly pandemic scrolling in ARPAN and saw this man of a joint and was like, huh? What's happening here? What's this here now? Something interesting happening? I hope so. At least sometimes, right? Maybe like that's the beauty of the stream. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. I don't know what we're gonna get. But we're gonna consciously evolve and then we'll see if at least a few laughs come out of it. Your beautiful messages make my heart smile. I'm like burning to read them, but I'm seeing like a bunch underneath, so I want to read them first. That was day 35. How time flies. Goodness. Mac and cheese, coated in breading and fried. They're delicious. Yeah, I got it. Nice. I remember the first time finding Mel. He was dancing. I was impressed. Also during the pandemic. The pandemic brought some good things as well. Mel, can we chat after your show? I have a Sangha directly after the show, which you can join actually. So we are gonna chat, Kat. Sending you blessings. Shan message. I do have to go to the bathroom as well. And it goes something like, have the most beautifulest day, everyone. I very much love you all. So. Very supersized, superest duperest, tremendously hulkingly, oceanically, mammothly, galactically dearly. Melt, and all of you, oh so, very wonderfully, incredibly outstandingly, staggeringly, stupendously, sensationally, impressively, enchantingly, gorgeously, luminously magical, divine friends. As we love you, dear Shan. Blessings to you all. Thank you for joining me again, for finding yourself in this moment so that we can talk, for consciously evolving alongside me, following our path. And I'll see you, friends, again very soon. Tomorrow, I'll see you again tomorrow. Love you so much.